What's up, guys? Welcome back to my daily trade journal series. This is day 10 of where I'm trading one system, one ticker, S&P 500 futures every single day for a full year. And I'm journaling every session to track the progress, reflect, and sharpen my execution. If you're serious about building that consistency, treating it like a business, and you're in the right place, stick around. And then at the end, I'll break down key levels that I'm watching for tomorrow. Let's go. So for today, I made $212, uh, hit about almost 80% success rate, 76.919 and 4% break even. Lost about 19% of the trades. Overall, did pretty good. Started the day pretty good with a lot of wins, and then took some losses here, and then eventually made it all back with that 5 straight trades over there. So let's go over the signals for today and see how they played out as well. This is also the other key of these videos as well, right? So we started the day with market structure flipping bearish at 8:30, which is over here. Market structure flip bearish. Then you can see that the price action has been under the 1 minute MOB, which is a bearish sign, and we ideally want to be shorting that. So eventually over here, market open, tried to climb back up, hit that 1 minute MOB again, got smacked down really good. And then 9:39, I also confirm again that market structure was still bearish despite NQ trying to flip bullish. And then 9:40, NQ had a first sell signal. It's had a X1DD sell signal, which is telling us that there's distribution on the bigger side. So essentially, that pushed us down even further. By 9:43, we had a huge flush. So even though that was an NQ, it also applied to ES a little bit because NQ and ES trades very, very closely. So since I'm only trading ES, I applied that signal in ES. So we had a huge flush, went back down a little bit more. We're still bearish. And then at some point over here, I thought, hey, maybe we're at the bottom. Maybe we started hitting the bottom at some of these zones here. But then we got another X1DD sell signal, which was just a nice, gentle reminder that told us that, hey, market is still bearish, short every rip there was. So as you can see, every rip up against the moving average went back down. So then over here, that signal pop up again, right? And eventually when we rip back up here, if you short it, it went down again. Rip back up here or here or here. Short it, went down again. Same thing here. So there was no confirmation yet. And then we got another one at 12:40, which was over here. That was probably the last one. But over here was where I thought the market was pretty close to the bottom. If you saw our daily analysis, I had it buy order at 64.59 area. We hit 64.61.75, so about 2 points, pretty close. I missed that. If I had hit it, it would have been great. I would have been like done for the day at by 12. But since I didn't make it, I didn't hit it. I traded a little bit longer. So then 12:50, we had an X3 buy signal. X3s are stronger than X1s. So we expect some movement to the price to the upside there. So as you can see, we also started breaking above all the other moving averages, and we're seeing these moving averages converge back to the upside. So that's another bullish sign there. Eventually, that kept pushing up, and then by 1:30, which was over here, market structure had confirmed that we're bullish. It flipped back to the upside. So that means you want to buy the dips every time it comes back to the moving average here. Same thing here. Would have probably bought it here and here as well for that back move up. But then eventually, I think around 2:30 or 3:30, it flipped bearish again, and then we went back downhill. But this is also because we're coming back at the 5 minute MOB. So you look here, we have this 5 minute big yellow line, and we couldn't get over the 5 minute MOB, and that's why we went back down. Um, I would still think we're probably going back down to next week too. So that's pretty much all the signals for today. It was a pretty good trading day, despite being a little bit choppy. It was a little bit easier to read, very clean for me, in my opinion. And then these are the levels that we're looking for to Monday. So I'm gonna keep the same level since they haven't really touched it. So 64.60 would be the level that I think as long as we're above it, we remain bullish. If we get under 64.60, we are in this no man zone here. And then if we break under both levels, then we're very bearish, and I expect this to happen. I expect us to touch back at it to 64.40 and reject further if it doesn't get reclaimed. So I think is a very interesting the way we're closing. This also somewhat remind me of, let me clean up these drawings. This also somewhat remind me of the last quarter when the 13F came out. Everybody was extremely bullish. Everybody was copying the stocks that all these big market players was buying, right? Like United Health or Intel, which is this time around. But as that happens, a lot of people do not understand that this filing is delay. Those orders already happened, and by the time you're buying them, they might be doing the opposite direction where they are closing the orders. So I think it's very interesting to see how it plays out. And also last time what happened, we um we also came back down because market got so frothy because everybody was buying up old orders and looking to buy, and they were having FOMO. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit idea of how things are going to play out, and you also should see how all these moving averages over here are converging to the downside, which likely means there's a chance we can go back down, kind of like that happened over here. That happened last time over here, and that happened here. Usually those end up going down. All right, I think I rambled on too much this video. So I hope that helps. Hope you guys had a great trading week and have a great weekend. Take some time to rest, recover, and come back stronger on Monday. Thank you for watching and have a great day.